I want to see this. Okay, Clav won on Piers Morgan. Let's start here.
It may take a while. It may take a year.
The caption is you're war crime maxing. Piers Morgan versus Clav.
It may take 2 years, but these brothers, I believe, will be sent back to the UK and they will face justice.
Quite surprising to hear because, you know, I thought I was going to run into the Tate brothers. I think it's a bit of an embarrassment to the United States.
There's a 41% chance you might visit Russia in 2026.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I want to visit Russia. I think that's another controversial place.
You're going to go to Russia as you've been to Israel. Well, why not go to Ukraine and go to Gaza?
Well, probably because they're losing.
If Vladimir Putin invited you to go and see him when you were there, would you go?
I'll see him tomorrow.
That what you're doing is war crime maxing.
You laughed at that.
In a moment, I'll be joined by the hugely popular streamer Clavicular. His recent visit to Israel became a diplomatic...
Interesting, too. So, Clavicular is a Catholic. Do you see any Catholics saying, hey, this is not very Christ-like to go say that Gaza is losing, so I'm going to avoid them? Do you think it's very Christ-like to say that he's in Israel just because they're genociding Gazans in a way that makes them winning the... No, no one says that. In fact, the Catholics are like, Clavicular's the prophet. He's so hot. He's so cute. He's mogging. Mogging just means he's cuter than other guys. Clav was mogging in Paris. Oh my gosh. He was mogging. Literally the prophet. None of them say, maybe try to come to Christ. You know who they say that to? Me. When they see people rejecting Christianity or leaving completely, when they see them being degenerates, when they see them spreading falsehood, when they see them like PBM twerking and going on his gay arc with crosses, they don't say come to Christ. They tell a Muslim to. That's when they go, Christ is king, Christ is king. Do they say Christ is king in Clav's chat? No. PBM chat? No. They do it in my chat. When they're on the side of falsehood, when they're straying away, they don't find it to be an issue. When I say Inshallah is the world's Muslim, everybody loses their minds.
Incident, but we begin with this.
Come here. Oh, shit. Come over here by me. Let's go.
Andrew and Tristan Tate were arrested in Miami this weekend after UK prosecutors added 38 new charges, including further counts of rape and sex trafficking.
38 new charges. So Wade's saying, oh, he didn't know this stuff. Bro, 38 new charges. Rape, child abuse, and trafficking.
The 21
allegedly.
they were already facing. They could now be extradited to the UK, but as dual US citizens, they will fight to remain in Florida. Both brothers have always denied criminality, including on this show, and Andrew Tate says the British case against him is corrupt. Well, a lawyer for the brothers said they're currently being held in solitary confinement like Al-Qaeda terrorists and that they are political prisoners. But
let's go! Yes! Will
that defense be enough to keep them in the United States? David Arenberg is a US attorney and a former state senator in Florida, and he joins me now. Mr. Arenberg, thank you very much indeed for joining me. How significant are these arrests of Andrew and Tristan Tate on United States soil, especially given the fact there is an extradition treaty, obviously, with the UK, and the belief is the UK are pushing to have them brought to the UK for justice?
Trump didn't save them. Don't save her. You don't want to be saved. All that glazing, all that's working for Trump, only for him. No, lock him up.
Piers, good to be with you. It's very significant. We're talking about 59 total charges now, relating to 7 alleged victims for offenses that span between 2010 and 2017. You have the 21 original charges, and now you have 38 new charges. And so you have 3 alleged victims in the first round of charges, and now an additional 4 victims here. And I know that there's talk on the internet.
This is what he's going to do in courtroom. Andrew Tate, are you guilty? No, Sneako did it. Tristan and Andrew, you have 38 charges of producing child abuse images, human trafficking, rape. Are you guilty? Sneako did it.
That somehow the Trump administration and allies are going to somehow block the extradition. But since the extradition treaty has been signed between the UK and the US, only 1 case has ever even been held up for extradition. This is a matter of course where people accused of serious crimes, and this is a serious crime, and when there is at least probable cause that there's enough evidence to justify the arrest, that those people are sent back. It may take a while, it may take a year, it may take 2 years, But these brothers, I believe, will be sent back to the UK and they will face justice.
I mean, the allegations include rape, child pornography, extreme pornography, trafficking for sexual exploitation, sexual assault. These are serious, serious charges. I guess the obvious question is, it's already been rumbling on for many years, this case against both of them. You know, you talk there, it could take a year or more for this. They might appeal, they might delay, whatever. You know, why does it take so long, this?
It's a good question. The wheels of justice move slowly, Piers. So in the meantime, while the cases are still pending in Romania and the UK, now you have an additional delay in the United States because the brothers are going to be able to try to fight extradition. It's a loser. They're not going to stop the extradition, but they can go from judge to appellate court, even to the US Supreme Court. They can fight it all the way. But here's the bright spot for those of us who want justice, is that as they appeal, they are most likely going to be held in a detention facility, in a jail. They're
Let's
not going to be
go.
out there living the high life like they have
Yes.
been in Florida.
The streets are clean. Get them out. American cities are a little bit safer.
They're not going to be co-hosting bare knuckles fighting competitions. They're going to be in a cell while they wait through the appeals.
There was a statement from Joseph McBride, who's the lawyer representing both brothers. Last night in the United Kingdom, a corrupt and fallen nation that jails its own citizens for tweets while ignoring rape gangs it found too inconvenient to prosecute, conjured up a wave of charges against the Tate brothers. This is not law enforcement. This is a political hit ordered by a dying empire that fears two free men with a microphone more than it fears actual criminals walking its streets. And their case has been taken up by a lot of people online, including Nick Fuentes, who tweeted, "Free Andrew and Tristan Tate. It would be a national humiliation," he said, the United States to
Pablo! Free and...
allow the UK to extradite them. Two American citizens over trumped-up Me Too charges. The same country that persecutes white people for speech while importing rapist migrants. So you can see the way the political wind is blowing here in certain quarters. The Trump...
Wait, what? The same country that persecutes white people? Oh, look, he capitalized white. Okay. For speech while importing rapist migrants. Okay, well, isn't... These are the charges against the Tate brothers. They are rapist migrants into Europe. They're not from Romania. They're getting accused of rape. White people for speech, these are black guys. What is this?
It's migrants. So you can see the way the political wind is blowing here in certain quarters. The Trumps have historically been reasonably friendly in terms of their view of the Tates. Does this change that?
I don't think so, Piers, because it's limited to what the Trumps can do here. So first off, what hypocrisy for these internet influencers to take the side of the Tates when they are some of the leading voices against Epstein and the so-called Epstein class. Well, how is this any different than what Epstein had done? At least
Well,
the
they're not.
accusations.
I don't know if this lawyer knows, but Pablo thinks that he said himself, ask Pablo if you don't believe me, he said Epstein's not a pedophile. And Andrew Tate said that he misses human trafficking and that Epstein's a winner. Epstein was a winner on all metrics. Epstein did it. He became successful. You're a loser and you're broke. Epstein, not a pedophile. Okay? He's Mossad, but he's not a pedo. Buy the shirt now. Buy my Epstein quarter zip and then buy the deport Sneako under it.
Are just as serious here, but yet they take up for these guys. I don't know the difference other than I guess they identify Andrew Tate with themselves and the MAGA movement. But
Didn't you wear Epstein's quarter zip? No. Pablo posted an AI photo of me wearing it to sell his stupid merch. All right. Now he's selling Deport Sneako merch, but during Clubhouse, he posted an AI photo where I'm wearing the Epstein quarter zip to sell his clothes. All right. I did not wear that, and now people think that because Pablo put that out there.
even if Trump wanted to do something here, the court system is independent. The only thing that the Trump administration could do if they wanted to is that at the very end, when the courts...
Who the hell is Pablo? Someone tell him, dude. It's Taco Tuesday. Do I need to spell it out? All right. Nicolito. I should just say Manuelito because he's so small and short. In Mexican Spanish, they say, instead of, if your name is Manuel, if you're a little jit, Manuelito. Okay, you're down here. Lito. Nicolas-alito. Down here.
Have ruled, and they're about to sign off on sending them back to the UK. The Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, could block it because he could say that this is a political prosecution, and that would violate Article 4 of the treaty between the US and the UK. But that is almost never the case. I mean, that has happened once to a diplomat, not someone like this. And does the Trump administration really want to be on the side of these notorious manosphere, misogynist, pro-terrorist individuals? I don't think so. And remember, even in the MAGA movement, there's a split when it comes to the Tates, because Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, and his attorney general have been trying to get them arrested in Florida. They've been investigating them. They want them out of our state. We may be the free state of Florida, but not for these guys. And so I think that this is too much of a hot potato for the Trump administration to stand in the way of an ultimate extradition.
The final question, if they were convicted on all counts of all these charges, what kind of sentence could they be looking at?
The rest of their lives in prison. I mean, and that's just in the UK. There's also charges back in Romania. And
whoop-de-doo.
there's an investigation still underway in the United States. So I do not think that the Tate brothers will be able to go back to the life they're used to. I think that their academy, their school, which gives out PhDs for young men to try to be misogynists like them, the
PhD pimping hose degree.
PhD stands for pimp and hose degree. I mean, that tells you who these people are. So I think they're facing the rest of their lives in a prison cell.
David Arenberg, thank you very much indeed for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Piers.
Support for Uncensored comes from Dose for Cholesterol, a simple and better known as Clavicular. He'd faced some criticism for a trip to Miami, which he appeared with, among others, Andrew Tate. Well, Kanye West's song Heil Hitler was played in a nightclub, and videos showed Myron Gaines performing a Nazi salute, while the likes of Nick Fuentes and Sneako laughed along. Well, this time it's a visit to Israel, which is still...
Hey, wait. I was literally, I was about to be like, hey, Piers Morgan, maybe we can call ourselves a treaty, because he's starting to move to the other side and criticize Israel, and even this says war crime maxing, after years of saying that it wasn't a genocide. Anyway, dude.
Controversy salute, while the likes of Nick Fuentes and Sneako laughed along. Well, this time it's a visit to Israel.
It's just...
stirring controversy. Whether it was designed to improve his image with the Jewish community or for him to improve Israel's image with everybody else is a matter of debate. Either way, it didn't all go according to plan. Many Israeli commentators condemned his past association with anti-Semites. A fake photo of Clavicular and Ben Gvir was viewed many millions of times.
Over
a young
double
female IDF soldier.
The war's over in 24 hours. Dubai.
Was struck off and given a suspended.
Everyone, you could go say, Dubai, Tate. Dubai!
jail sentence for appearing alongside him in a live stream. The Israeli news station I-24 said, quote, the visit of the anti-Semitic blogger Clavicular has come to an end, but the consequences are still being felt in Israel. Well, Clavicular rejoins me on Uncensored now. Welcome back to Uncensored.
Hey, thanks for having me back, Piers.
So look, there's a lot going on in your world. I'm going to get to that very quickly. But just first of all, obviously the last time I spoke to you, you just had this big...
He's totally
furore
mogging. I know some people criticize old Nicolito for worshiping Clavicular as the prophet, but he's totally mogging on Piers. Very Trumpian, okay? He looks like a Greek god, all right? Women are gross. Clavicular, what a mogger. Worship him.
Been in this club with the Tates and others. And we've got this big breaking news this week, obviously, about Andrew and Tristan Tate being arrested in America. What's been your reaction to this?
So I actually pulled up about 5 minutes after that whole situation took place. It was at a boxing event. So that was quite surprising to hear because, I thought I was going to run into the Tate brothers. I don't know anything about the case personally, but, obviously they're innocent until proven guilty. So we'll see what happens. But, I really don't know anything too much, but let's see what happens.
Have you had much contact with them since the Miami nightclub incident?
Yeah. I've talked to Tate, I think once or twice, and we've done collaborations, more so with Andrew than Tristan. But yeah, I've seen them once or twice.
Does this, how do you feel about this sort of situation? They're facing 58 charges now, incredibly serious charges across a wide range of different things, from rape and sexual abuse to, child pornography and so on. Will you now distance yourself from them completely? How are you viewing what is happening here?
Well, it's really not too surprising because this is what happens to a lot of different influencers. Is there's a lot of political attacks with.
What other influencer has been charged? What is it, like 39 counts of child abuse images, trafficking, and who saying it happens to everyone? Who else? Look, Russell Brand was one, and then he ends up being a shill for Israel. Who else? A
lot of these strung up charges. So it's happened to me in the past. So political persecution through legal means is nothing new.
When did that happen to Clav? What? When did he get trafficking charges?
It's just another case of that.
How do you know that it's that? How do you know for sure that these are not charges with merit? 7 different women, they're making a number of very serious allegations. How can you be so confident this is just a trumped up, as you put it, political persecution?
Well, I could say this. Once again, they're innocent until proven guilty.
That is true, but you've already effectively convicted the alleged
Look at him reading
victims as
chat.
being liars.
Well, I mean, in the last proceedings of this case, if I remember correctly, there was people who were paid to make certain statements. So that whole thing really calls a lot into concern. So, I do believe
That isn't very telling. Look back to the club cost. So the whole manosphere, everybody's here jumping to Andrew Tate's defense. All of them, right? Pablo, I think Myron's defending him. Clav is defending him. And then when I get thrown under the bus for the club situation, did anybody defend me? Did one person in the manosphere defend me? And they all knew that I was in the right. They all knew that that was false. When Top Goy, Sneako did it. Do you see any of them defend me? Tate gets accused, and there's charges, child abuse images, rape, human innocence of proven guilty, political persecution, free him. Old Sneak gets thrown under the bus. Everyone knows it. No one slides. No one. Myron didn't, unfortunately. He's a great friend of mine. Didn't slide. He said that Adam Sosnick and PBD, they went too hard on him and pressured him. Did Pablo at the time? There was no beef. Nope. Pablo did not slide for me. Who else? Even though I put him on. Made his career. Did Clav slide? No, he said he's not political. Understandable. He's a WARCRIME-MAXXING streamer. Who else? No one. I reached out to all of them individually. I asked them to. No one slid. Every single one of the managers, everybody that was there, I said, yo, this is obviously a coordinated effort to make me fall under the pressure, right, to alleviate them of their guilt. None of them said anything. Now Tate has all these charges. Everyone crawling on all.
Due process. So
Whoop-de-doo.
that's what I have to say about that.
I mean, my final question on this, because I want to move on to you, but when you say you believe in due process, but you also say it's a trumped-up political persecution, those two things can't be true at the same time.
Yeah, Dan Bilzerian did, but I'm saying of the people that were there, like that were part of the, it would have been much better for my reputation if the people that were actually there said what was true.
Well, because in the second part of that, you're basically saying this
No
is
way
all-
you reached out? I did. Wallahi, ask him. I texted all of them individually. Pablo, Clavicular, Myron, like, yo, this is obviously a coordinated effort to slander me. I had conversation on the phone. I asked them, this is a lot of pressure. People are upset. Can you please correct the record? Because we all know who played the song. Them all trying to put the blame on me is them trying to save themselves publicly, as Tristan said, throw me under the bus and ruin me, kill me, ruin my career to save their ass. Astaghfirullah. Nobody. No one in the manosphere. None. Can you believe that? None.
all trumped up. It's all political. There's no merit here. These charges are ridiculous. But in the first part, you think due process matters. Does it not matter for the alleged victims?
Well, I mean, it's a little bit ridiculous, the entire thing about the extradition. I think it's a bit of an embarrassment to the United States to allow the UK to come in and do an arrest on United States soil in a very public way.
Well, to be fair, the Americans did the arrest, and we have an extradition treaty between the US and UK. I mean, most of the crimes were allegedly committed in the UK. Why shouldn't they? Why shouldn't they do this?
Well, it's just a bit of an embarrassment.
Is that because essentially you don't believe any of the allegations?
Well, no, I believe that, the United States shouldn't, be extraditing to the United Kingdom. But that's besides the point. So let's move on.
Okay, let's move on to you and Israel, because like I said in the intro, the last time we spoke was after this huge thing went down in Miami.
Crazy, bro. Like, Clav he always takes the position, I'm a looks maxer, I'm not political, but Andrew and Tristan Tate, they should not be extradited to the UK. Keir Starmer is a woke libtard. Trump should go and free him. Ron DeSantis is politically persecuting him. It's trumped up charges to go and politically assassinate him, but I'm not a political guy, but this is a politically coordinated matrix attack from the powers that be on Andrew and Tristan Tate. I'm not political, but it's a political attack, and I'm taking a political position on this. But on Gaza, I don't side with them because they're losers. I think Israel is cool. They have a nice club, and I'm not political, and that's why I went there. But I'm not a political guy except for this right here, right now.
You were in the van, they were playing this Heil Hitler song, the Kanye one, and you got a lot of flack for that. And you came on and you defended yourself to me very vigorously in that interview. And I did draw a distinction personally between you and the Tates and Fuentes and these others. And I did sense in that moment you were a little uncomfortable being caught up in what happened there.
What?
And I guess that leads to...
What are you talking about? What is this, bro? What? Oh my, bro. This is the type of rhetoric that would make... This could make somebody go insane. Are you kidding me? He was uncomfortable? They're like rewriting it like it's not all live streaming. Like I was there. I was there. Even before this situation, me and Clavicular did a stream with Pablo, and Clav said, when we introduce Pablo, let's play Nigga Heil Hitler. It's on stream. Clav said, when we introduce Pablo on stream, let's play Nigga Heil Hitler as the intro music. I'm sensing that you were a little uncomfortable. You're not like Sneako and the other Nazis. You were really just on edge, and you were feeling horrible. You were feeling horrible. If you look at the video, Clubs in the club, nigga, Heil Hitler. They don't understand the things I say on top. What are you? Woo!
Question, was your trip to Israel partly with...
So this is why I'm saying I played the song. I played the song. No one else wants to own it. Nobody else wants to... Yeah, I was feeling horrible. I'm sorry for playing, so I'm sorry if it offended anybody. I was uncomfortable. I hated it. I love the song. I helped edit the music video. I was with Ye for a month when he was making the song. I heard it 1,000 times in the studio, over and over and over again. I have 10 different versions of the song stuck in my head. I saw the version that was unreleased. I was there in the studio documenting the process. I've made 3 documentaries of it. Some of them release and some of them don't. Some of them are sitting on my laptop and haven't seen the light of day and maybe never will. I love the song. It's one of my favorite songs. I played the song. I played the song. It's my song. It's one of my favorite songs. I have to go, oh my God, the song. I played the song. Sneako did it. Sneako played the song.
All that in mind to show people that you're not anti-Semitic, as many seem to think you were.
That wasn't the entire goal for it to be like, an apology tour. I think that would almost make it sort of inauthentic if that was the thing, like, look at me guys, I'm in Israel, but I would say that that's certainly the case just based on the different things that we did there. We
I love
showed a
how
lot
full
of
circle these
different
events
sides
are.
of the country that might not be so well known in the mainstream, as well as on short form media, which is often a lot of people in Gen Z posting, a lot of anti-Israel stuff. Whether I believe that or not is besides the point. But I think going and doing a 13-hour raw, uncut live stream, is helpful for the entire world to see the state of the geopolitics.
A pre-recorded live stream with IDF soldiers that have to log into the IDF TikTok. A pre-recorded 13-hour stream where you only go to the club and you don't do any interviews with someone of value. A 13-hour club stream with the Mossad honeypot.
Political conflict.
Except that the criticism about what you did is that you just saw a very sanitized...
This is the one time I'll curse, bro. I don't know if it's justified, but everyone spam it up right now. Fuck Israel. Fuck Israel. Fuck the IDF. Fuck the Israeli government. Fuck people who support Israel. Fuck Israel and free Palestine. One time I'm going to curse. I really am trying not to. Why does this even seem like it's controversial right now? They're trying to use manosphere influencers that used to be very steadfast on this position to switch it up and change the narrative now. Make genocide, make war crimes, make this seem okay. Everybody spam it up right now. This is maybe one thing we could all agree on. From the bottom of my heart, fuck Israel. Fuck Israel. Fuck the IDF. Fuck the Israeli government. Fuck people who support Israel.
Version of what Israel would have wanted you to see. You weren't able to get, you weren't able, for example, to go into Gaza or to go into southern Lebanon or any of these areas where the IDF have, committed what many people believe to be war crimes. You were in an area of Israel which, to be fair to your critics here, you could argue that you were being used as a bit of a propaganda tool on this trip because they would want you.
He said himself he was. He went on Israeli media and said that I was trying to show the good parts of Israel because there's all of this negativity being spread.
Go back as a very influential young man in America, they would want you to go back and say, yeah, you know what, Israel's a pretty cool place, when in fact they're involved in multiple wars that many people feel have crossed the line and become war crimes. Are you not concerned about that?
Well, listen, I don't know anything about the war, to be completely honest with you. But regardless, I did enjoy my time in the nicest hotel in all of Tel Aviv.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You know the difference, chat? So let me explain right here what's happening. This is why everyone here switched up and folded. This is why. Okay? The manosphere all switched up after saying, fuck Israel. Because they're not Muslim. If you're not Muslim, what do you worship? Your desires, your skin. You deserve money, clout, fame. I'm Muslim. Seems like nobody else at the manosphere in that thing is. I worship God and God alone. I don't worship dunya. I don't need any of this stuff. Because I can't be compromised with dunya, I'm the only one who has stayed consistent on this. Everyone else. Tate's innocent. Sneako played the song. Huh? No, I like Israel. They want money. They want to be worshipped. They want to get clout. They don't want to have the political pressure. They don't want to get slandered in the media. I'm here for it all. Do it. You banned me already. You banned me from Australia. You took my channels. I lost so much money. I don't have a gambling deal. I don't need this stuff. I hope that this is proof of Islam for some people to understand. When you worship nothing but God and God alone, you cannot be compromised. I have no fear. There's nothing that they can use to try to leverage me. Nothing. Everyone else, it seems like because they worship stuff and they want money and they want to ascend and get clout and fame, this is how you can compromise people. The only true free man is somebody that does not value this life, somebody who hates this life and loves death. Real life starts when you die. Eternal paradise. This life is temporary. How long are you going to be alive? 70 years, maybe? 60, 70 years? Maybe you'll die tomorrow. Maybe a lightning strike will hit. Maybe one of these Mexican cat boys or terrorists are going to try to kill me. Maybe they will. Maybe Mossad will get me. Who can? Bro, if you are doing the right thing and you are okay with being judged and you know in your heart that you've done the best you can do and you're going to be judged properly, then this life is nothing. Let them have this dunya. Who controls this dunya? You know who controls this dunya, bro. Let them have it. They know where they're going in the next life. Ben Gavir knows in his heart where he's going. Let him keep it. Eternal paradise is for the Muslim. It's yours. Bliss for eternity. No more of these tests. Eternal paradise. This life, let him have it. They control it. You're going to grovel on all fours for them? They have it. It's theirs. Fine. Halas. That's it. Let go, bro. Let go.
Rather than, going in the middle of an alleged war zone. So I'm not too upset about that.
Who actually organized your trip? I mean, where did the idea come from?
The idea came because one of my buddies in Mykonos was headed over there to DJ at a wedding. So we decided, hey, why not? No one's ever done a stream in Tel Aviv before. It's supposed to be this war zone going on. So, let's go check it out. And
wait, what did you say? Alleged to? Alleged genocide? I didn't even see that.
The idea came because one of my buddies in Mykonos was headed over there to DJ at a wedding. I'm not too upset about that. Going in the middle of an alleged war zone. So
an alleged war zone. Oh my God. This is what Pablo. Oh, Clavicular is Trump. He's mogging so hard. He's mogging. Oh my God. He was mogging Piers so hard. The hair, the red of True Tide, he was just mogging. Did you see Clav on Piers? Mogging to a T. He ascended. Yeah. I know he's denying the genocide, but he's mogging. Can you... Fucking hell.
It's supposed to be this war zone going on. So, let's go check it out and see what the vibes are.
And
no one said there's a war zone. Like, this is so stupid, Clav. People are saying Israel is committing a genocide. The UN is reporting that they're sniping kids in the head in Gaza. No one is saying that it's a war zone in Tel Aviv. It's goofy, and you're lying, and you know you're lying. You're running cover for the genocider. An alleged war zone? They're saying the IDF are killing people that have sticks. They are sniping and bombing people of people that are predominantly children and babies and women. What is wrong with you, bro? Alleged war zone? They're fine over there. You know why they're fine? Because in America, they'll spread propaganda. They're firing rockets October 7th. You saw that it's fine, that it's not a war zone. You didn't go to the place where all the rockets and bullets and bombs are hitting because you're siding with the people that are killing babies, bro. What is wrong with Claude? Do you know that you're going to be judged for all this one day? He's a Catholic, and none of these skin worshiping Catholics care at all. They won't tell him the truth because they don't actually believe in their religion. I will tell him the truth because I care and I want him to make it to eternal paradise. If Claude stays with this rhetoric, he's going to burn in hellfire for eternity. I'll say it again. If Clavicular stays like this, inshallah, God willing, it's not up to me. But running cover for these people is one-way ticket to hell. Is that where you want to go? How long are you going to live? How long are we going to be here? We're going to be held accountable for all of our decisions, everything we do, your true intentions. You're making it clear here what your intentions are, what your purpose is. You're being used like a puppet for the worst people in the world. Is this how you want to face God when you die? You never know when your last day is going to be. How are you going to answer to God when he asks you, why did you do this? What's your answer going to be? You wanted to ascend? You wanted to mog kids on the internet? You wanted to mog in Paris? That's why you did propaganda for them? You will be judged, bro. They're killing babies. What is wrong with you? Are you okay, bro? Who's your circle? Who's around you? Who's telling you this is good? What
were the vibes that you experienced?
Well, I had actually a really good time. And
is this also not proof that Christianity is just not taken seriously at all anymore? Claude's a Catholic, siding and doing propaganda for the Jewish supremacists, and not one Catholic is saying a thing about it. None. None of them. None, bro.
Watch my stream on Thursday.
Okay,
we
smile.
made a house remix
Smile.
of one of the popular Jewish songs. We played it in one of the clubs. We were behind the bar bartending for a little bit, just walking around.
Judeo-Christian values,
this busy
everybody.
strip called the Rothschild Street or something like that. And
Yeah, one of the first streets in Tel Aviv is called the Rothschild Street because the Rothschild family is the one who purchased the land from the British. Look at the Balfour Declaration, all right? The Rothschild, the people in charge, allegedly, of the central bank system, the richest family in the world, Jews. You see now how the white nationalist movement is over? It's done. They used to say that they were against Israel. You are seeing in real time now why the idea of Judeo-Christian values works. You know what they were saying for a while after October 7th and even before? They were saying that it was just the Jewish supremacists pushing Judeo-Christian values, that the Schofield Bible was manipulated, and that many people had no idea what was happening. No, Judeo-Christian values exist because so many of these people are white supremacists and won't admit it. And white supremacy gets subverted by Jewish supremacy because Jews look white. A lot of them are European. They see themselves as the same. That's the real religion, not Christianity at all. They use that as a little
hour-long
shield.
rant about Clav just to continue being friends with him, LOL.
I said myself, if he does not, after like this rhetoric here, I can't be friends with somebody who's running propaganda for Israel. I told you. I said if he would apologize and realize his wrongdoing, yeah, I could be friends with the guy. This is absolutely ridiculous. Judeo-Christian values works because most of these people, the majority of Americans and these people and these talking heads, they're not Christian at all. They're not Christ-like at all. Stop using the name of Jesus. You don't believe in Jesus. You don't deserve to say the name of Jesus. What's wrong with you? You worship your own skin color and yourself and the world and the dunya. That's why the Jewish supremacists are running laps around you. That's why you believe it when they say Judeo-Christian values. They own you. Judeo-Christian values is not strictly because the Jews manipulated the Schofield Bible. It's because you want to be them. You're no different. These white supremacists are just like the Jewish supremacists, bro.
And overall, we were very well received. A lot of people were very appreciative that I went to Israel because it's not really represented in any live streams, any media, besides stuff about the war.
Are you a little naive, Clavicular? And I say this respectfully. Are you a little naive in saying, I know nothing about the war, and I went there to show the good side of Tel Aviv and Israel to young people because they're getting a wrong idea from TikTok? Obviously, if you remove the war from your thinking, then that's fine. But is it right? Is it not naive to just say, I haven't even bothered to look into this stuff? And then to what many people think what you're doing is providing a sanitized version of a country that right now is at the epicenter of multiple wars, in southern Lebanon, in Gaza, against Iran, and therefore divorcing anything to do with the war or a war, any war, from the story is naive at best, and to many people's eyes, overt propaganda for the Israeli government. You must have been thrilled by what you've done.
Oh, well, I mean, I prefer the term blissful ignorance because it allowed me to go and have a great time without a care in the world, really.
Yeah, okay. This is his cope. He's acting like it's blissful ignorance so that he can avoid accountability. You can lie to these people, Cloud, but you can't lie to God. You know in your heart what you're doing. You know you're not ignorant about this. You know you're lying. You could try to lie to these people, lie to your fans, feign ignorance. You know exactly what you're doing. God knows best. You can try to hide it to these people on the internet. You can't hide anything from God.
So, low cortisol lifestyle, individualism, this is always what I've talked about. So this is really nothing new, that I don't have to constantly be worried about a geopolitical crisis all the way across the globe.
Did you feel...
No, it's not. Bro, Trump just admitted that Israel would not exist without our tax dollars. Nice job. This is...
that Israelis in Tel Aviv live in fear? I mean, how did you feel when you were walking around?
No, I felt like at certain points when I was walking on the boardwalk, it reminded me of some elements of Miami Beach.
Yeah, I mean, Tel Aviv, it is. It's an amazing, under normal circumstances, it's an amazing place. But of course, the argument of the Israeli government is that the reason they're having to fight multiple wars on multiple fronts with multiple countries is because they're under constant threat. But you didn't get any sense of that.
Well, there's always rumblings and there's always media about the ceasefire ending with Iran. I think that was around the time of my trip. Actually, that occurred the day that we were planning to fly into Israel. So that definitely called into question the safety, but it was a bit of a nothing burger. And my time in Tel Aviv was, extremely well received. The locals there were extremely nice. And I had a good time.
There were some bits of it which weren't quite as positive, I guess. One was when you were interviewed on Israeli TV and asked if you would apologize for the Heil Hitler.
I can't, he's not going to, I can't even, how could I be friends with somebody like this? I'm unfollowing him. I'll show you right. Yeah, I'd be not making the same mistake, bro. It's done.
Video incident, because you were there, obviously.
I felt like I was talking to you again. You know what I mean? I didn't have my soundboard ready. I said I felt like I was talking to you again back in February.
Yeah, but I remember asking you that question. And
regardless, I mean, I said all I have to say about that. So, once again, and I had an interview with Sean Hannity the other day where I basically said to him, how many times is this going to be asked in an interview? Is it until I'm 40 years old? Because there's really no statements and nothing new I could say. How about you focus on the positives is what I said to the interviewer, that I'm over here, no one else is. And quite honestly,
people stop lying. It's just what a scumbag, bro. Are you kidding me? No one else is there. Andrew Callahan just posted part 2 of his documentary. Do you realize that there's no airport in Gaza? You have to go through Israel if you want to go there. All right? There's journalists there, and the real journalists get killed. There's no one there. You're the brave soldier for clubbing in Tel Aviv and getting paid for it. What an actual scumbag, bro. And so many people aren't going to say this. They're going to say you're burning a bridge.
Love you, Sneako.
Because they want clout. All scumbags. Scumbags, bro. You're going to turn a blind eye to this. What everyone sees is plainly obvious because you want to get clout. Here's what they're going to say. You're burning a bridge. Sneako loses his allies. If you think that I'm going to and I'm going to ignore this so that for a content relationship, you lost your mind. You lost your mind. I don't think there's anything more to... Because he knew exactly what Israel was doing. The first time anybody saw Clav was when he did a stream with Nicolito Pablo. That's when I first saw him. He was a Pablo fan. That's one of his best friends. He's so cute. He's mogging. His entire show, America First, is centered on the idea that you can't put America first until you separate from Israel. He knows exactly what's happening. I spent time with him. We did a whole marathon of streams nonstop. You think he didn't see my debates with the Israelis in Miami on the street? You think we didn't have conversations about this? He knows exactly what he's saying, and he's acting like he's a stupid, blissful idiot. He talks about being looks-maxing to be better than the hypergamous feminists. Right now, he's sounding like a hypergamous hoe to Israel. You little hoe, you little prostitute for Jewish supremacists. I'm blissful. Oh, la-da-da. La-da-da, I'm in the club. Twerking in the club. Being a good little bitch for Israel. I don't know any better. I'm just a stupid little looks maxer. Fuck you, man. Bro, I'm sick of you. Fucking piece of shit, bro. These fucking sellouts, bro. Sorry, stuff for law, bro.
That's the hill you're going to die on, is attacking me, someone who's in your country, to represent it in a positive way. You really want to come after me? Like, come on.
Well,
I think there's bigger
let me
cry for the
play devil's
PR.
advocate. I'll play devil's advocate because you called it a poor journalistic tactic. If you're going to be negative and talk about all
Why
situations,
are you mad? Because kids are, because they're This is upsetting because Israel is using American tax dollars and brainwashing Americans using our money to fund bombs that are killing children in Gaza, invading Lebanon, displacing 1 million Lebanese people, bombing Iran for no valuable reason. It's destroying our country, and Clavicular will get support from America First patriots who are attracted to him.
If you support Allah, He will make you victorious. Fear no one, Sneako.
I fear no one. This is making me, because people who say America first are fucking faggots, and they're not going to call out somebody who is literally promoting the cancer and the parasite that is destroying our country. These people can be called America First patriots. People like this will not say that Clav hates America, but he's promoting the country that's destroying America. You know who they call anti-American? Me. They say deport Sneako. What am I saying? I'm saying end aid to Israel, end AIPAC. My rhetoric would save our country. I'm the one that gets demonized by Elon Musk. A lot of these people even know better, but they want clout for him, or they're fucking gay and they want to fuck him. These are the people that subverted this movement. These are the people that are in charge of saying patriotism and Americanism and saying that I should be deported. It's disgusting, bro. And their worship of Dunya is actively supporting not only because they don't care about the assassination of children. They don't care.
Proud of
because
a
they're
man
brown.
when God is on your side. These guys, doesn't matter.
If they don't care about how babies are getting killed in Gaza because they're brown, all right, nothing Christ-like about that because they worship a brown Jew. Klav's a Catholic. He worships a brown Jew. Clav, you're Catholic. Do you know where Jesus was from? Palestine, you stupid fucking idiot. Jesus was from Palestine. Yeah, well, they're the losers.
Love you for the sake of Allah. You are doing more for the ummah than you realize.
SubhanAllah, Allahu Akbar,
Bless
thank
you.
you. Because Clavicular and Pablo, they don't care about Gaza because they're brown, even though they worship a brown Jew. Let's talk about America. Our country is getting ruined, is getting subverted. They are sucking it away like a parasite actively, and they know it, and they don't even care. And they pretend to care. What do they do to help this movement out? They say deport Sneako. It's just retarded. Plainly in front of your eyes. And you know what happens to the retarded fucking fans too? They wear shirts that say deport Sneako. You know what the retarded faggot fucking fans do? They try to go kill me in public. Yeah, say fuck you to Sneako. And I'm the only one here.
Jesus was from the kingdom of heaven, not Palestine.
Jesus was a man, okay? If you believe he was a man god or whatever, because these people believe in the Trinity or whatever, he was from Palestine, okay? That's where he was. That's where he grew up. When he was born in Bethlehem, from Nazareth. Where's Nazareth today? Look it up on a map.
I know nothing about your world. However, clearly they worship money. Don't lose friends.
Don't lose friends? How could I be friends with somebody that is actively promoting the assassination and the genocide of children? How could I be friends with somebody who is knowingly lying about what is destroying our country right now because they want to get money and they want to twerk in a fucking club, bro? Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah.
positive, I don't want to talk to you.
Fuck these people, bro. I'm oh my God. Okay.
And you left the interview. Now, I, as a journalist, I would say, look, come off it, Clavicular. You're going to Israel, right, which is almost exclusively Jewish people, right? And the last thing that anyone really was aware of you in terms of a big news story was the Heil Hitler.
Whoa, are you saying it's an apartheid state?
No, I think the argument might be that Gaza is.
Do you want to make that statement on the? Do you want to make that statement on the air?
I'm not saying it's no. I think you
See how he knows? Just so like he's showing that he knows what's going on, and he's just hiding it so he can make money.
Just saying, let me ask you the question, then you can decide. My question would be this. I don't think it's a poor journalistic tactic.
Oh, I'm not even going to bite my tongue about it. Looks maxing is fucking retarded, bro. It's so stupid. Look the best you can look. Plastic surgery's stupid, okay?
I agree with you. However, they are clearly lost. Inshallah, they will wake up.
Inshallah, they wake up. But right now, they are literally siding with the enemy. So I'm not going to, okay, let's all hug each other. Let me just say it straight up. Looks maxing is fucking retarded, and this is promoting the birth rate decline. It's promoting the active replacement of white people. You know who's falling for looks maxing? Whites. White people. Because they're the one, oh, I'm mogging, I'm looking good. Taking testosterone at 20 years old is fucking retarded. Clavicular said on my stream he's infertile. If you believe that and you start doing it too, I want to mog. Pablo told me to. Nicolito on the stream said so. I'm going to mog. And then they go cry about Muslims and the birth rate. Looks maxing is contributing to the birth rate decline. This nigga can't have a fucking kid. He can't have a kid, bro. Talking about the birth rate. He's literally infertile. All right? Rhetoric is stupid. Just go to the gym. Just fix your stuff. Plastic surgery is retarded. What are you, a bitch? You a female? Oh, my nose is too big. I need a mog properly. You fucking gay? What's wrong with you people? Taking like pills and stuff so you can get a tan? Go out in the sun. What's wrong with you? You want to look better? Get a nice haircut, put on a suit properly, and work out. It's that simple. Don't take all this Peter Thiel medication to try to mog forever. Are you Satan? Are you guys Catholics? Did Jesus ever say to take retatrutide? Did Jesus say to take testosterone? Did Jesus say to get a fucking nose job? No. Stuff for law, bro. This is demonic ideology. You know who's really happy about this? Peter Thiel, the Antichrist agenda. You know why looks maxing is being pushed like this? Because the Antichrist agenda wants you to be worshiping yourself. They want you to be constantly looking for validation forever. It's almost the same thing as the LGBTs. You know what these gay people want to do? They just want validation from others because their idea of their self exists within the eyes of others. Looks maxers and moggers, now it's the same thing for them. So yeah, look the best you can look and try to dress properly. But all this medication, all this gay shit is contributing to the destruction of society. And you're a fucking retard if you fall for these people. You're going to take this, like, listen to an infertile guy? Are you stupid? So you can mog, so you can look cuter than other guys on TikTok? You're a fucking faggot if you believe this stuff. A stuff for law, bro.
Given what happened in the Miami nightclub, given that Heil Hitler, Kanye's song, was the one that caused so much offense because it was being played and all you guys were there. It's an obvious question when you go to Israel with so many millions of Jewish people there. Obviously, the media there will, in an interview, would have to ask you about it. Why would you get so defensive? Why not just say, you know what happened was terrible. I shouldn't have
Well, I've
sat there and just...
I've said all I have to say about it because really they could have played the clips from my entire media run that I've done hundreds of different interviews where I've been asked the same question and it's been the same answer. I had nothing to do with it. And so
why did
really
you give it? Why, out of
He's a
interest?
fucking sociopath. Clavicular it's like, what are you saying? He's literally a sociopath. The Patrick Bateman stuff, yeah, it's like cool or an aesthetic or it's funny. He literally doesn't believe in anything at all. He's a nihilist who only sides with where the money and where the attention is. This is what Satan does. Worshiping the dunya instead of God. Everything he's doing is all about me. Ascending.
Finally, you say the truth about these guy looks maxers.
Fuck all of them. Fuck all of these skin worshippers. All this looks maxing. Fuck Peter Thiel. Fuck Israel. Fuck you skin worshippers. Fuck the people that want to kill me. Fuck Elon Musk. Fuck Benjamin Netanyahu. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck this Antichrist agenda. Try to kill me.
That's the Sneako we want. SOB standing on business and for what's right
I'll
and
stop
righteous.
full off for cursing, bro, but I just lost my temper right here. Okay?
Literally been seething over Nick for the past hour. Talk about ex-girl cry monkey baby.
That's what people seem to think. It's like, it's not seething about, it's just some little midget Mexican ankle biter who's promoting somebody who's doing propaganda for Israel. It's like, what I care about? I care about my country.
Sneako.
Thank you so much. I care about saving my country. I'm America first. These little faggot midget Mexicans aren't. You know what they're putting first? Their crush on Clavicular. Clav's mogging. Oh my God, he's the prophet. Clav is literally doing propaganda for Israel. That's what they put first. Dick first. I'm America first. The number one problem in this country is the Jewish supremacy. The number one problem in this country is AIPAC and all this aid going to Israel. All of our tax dollars going to endless wars, prioritizing the billionaire and trillionaire class, people worshiping Elon Musk and Donald Trump instead of the almost 400 million citizens here. That's the number one problem. These other people, they're putting their own desires first, their love of their self first, Satan first, Antichrist first. They're either gay, worshiping their skin color, or they're feds, or retarded. Who even cares? What they're saying, it's so blatantly obvious what they're doing and what they're promoting. They need to be excommunicated from this. That's why I'm finally saying it now. For a while, I was like, oh my God, they were threatening to end my career, threatening to kill me. And I was like a little apprehensive. But now that the human trafficking alleged pimp with child CP on his phone is now in jail and is probably going to go to jail for the rest of his life and get extradited to the UK. Trump didn't save him, allegedly. These other people too, bro, it just needs to be cut out of this movement. They're not taking it seriously. You know, the people who are taking it seriously, Dan Bilzerian right now is actually trying to do something. His campaign, inshallah, is successful. I just donated $1,000 and I hope you do too. I think you should donate to Dan Bilzerian's campaign. He's running against Randy Fine. If he can get elected, if we can get one guy in Congress who's doing the right thing, like Thomas Massey, like others, then we're in a step in the right direction. People are saying deport Sneako. This is what they focus on. Deport Sneako. I'm an American citizen. What power do I have? Deport me because what?
Now you're
Deport me because what? What? Deport me? You see, they're all afraid of me. All these people are afraid of me. Elon Musk, the trillionaire. Little Pablicito. Your little Mexican midget guy. Deport Sneako. You don't want me as a friend? They don't even find Jewish supremacy to be an issue anymore. They're afraid to debate
You
Rabbi
look like you
Mizrahi.
haven't been sleeping well, cry, monkey baby.
Okay? They don't even want to debate Rabbi Mizrahi. You know what Rabbi Mizrahi says? He says that my favorite holiday is Christmas because it's a day when all the Goyim worship a Jew. And then he says he wants to debate Pablicito. And he's like, I agree with you completely. Instead of calling out the guy that thinks that you're a stupid idol worshiper for worshiping Jews, you're like, I agree with you. They're getting on all fours and trying to suck Jewish supremacist penis. Astaghfirullah, bro. All of them sold out. They all sold out. They all folded like that. They put a little dunya in front of their face. And anytime there's a real movement, they try to ankle bite and get rid of it. You know, what are the people that Pablicito's attacking right now? Me, Dan Bilzerian, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson. Is he saying anything about Laura Loomer, Randy Fine, anything about who else? He's saying, Laura Loomer, please deport Sneako. If you can hear me, Randy Fine, deport Sneako. You know who got deported? Your friend Andrew Tate, stupid. Now he's in jail. Deport Sneako. How can anybody really take this stuff seriously? Man, that felt good to get off my chest. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Woo-wee. Oh, you don't want to collab? Well, it's on site. Buy my little, buy my shirt. Deport Sneako. I really, I want to see a bunch of these Mexicans walking around with a Deport Sneako shirt. Wallah, bro. Wallahi, I would love to see it. If you still, please buy that shirt and wear it in public. Take a selfie and post it online. Let me see what you niggas look like. Do it. Put on that shirt and take more selfies. And
Never
look like
seen someone
balls.
with such balls of steel. Sneako.
I don't fear. You know, alhamdulillah that I had to face all these tests. Alhamdulillah I've been tested like this because I really got to realize what I'm made of. You know what these other people have never faced? Any sort of trials, any sort of calamities. I had to fight Sean Strickland. I got banned everywhere and then they reinstated me because I got banned unjustly and they apologized. I had somebody pay somebody to go attack me in public and put pepper spray in my freaking eyes, bro. I'm the one where a trillionaire right now is trying to incite hatred and violence on me. I'm the one that debates the Mossad agent that they send, Aaron Steinberg, and make him look like a stupid idiot. I'm the one where Mossad sends Alex Jones to have a debate. He has a demonic exorcism because Islam is the truth and he finally heard it. There's nothing they can do to make me scared, bro. I am done playing these games. I am done trying. Don't burn the bridge. Fuck you and your collab. Fuck your little platform. Fuck you and your lying. I don't care. You think I need to collab with you? You guys all suck. You're not funny. You're not interesting. You don't say anything new. You're selling out to the Jews. What do you want me to collab with you? Collab with you? Don't burn the bridge. Don't burn the bridge. You're running cover for genocide right now and encouraging the assassination of babies.
You have a good heart, brother. Inshallah, we meet in real life or in Jannah.
Inshallah, I mean. If you think that I'm going to ignore this the active promotion of the sniping of kids in the head, then you're out of your mind. That's the difference between me and these people. A lot of these other people too, and you know who they are. They're going to bite their tongue about it because they want to get a collab. They don't want to piss off the skin worshippers in their chat. They want to go and grift the right wing. They're afraid of losing the white supremacists. They want to get acceptance from the people that Elon Musk is promoting. Fuck all of them. Do something. Do something. You're just going to talk online? Do it. Do it. I don't fear any of you. I will say the truth, inshallah, until I die. Never you can stop me. Inshallah, I'm never going to stop. You tried everything you possibly could to kill me. Everything to stop me. You sent the richest guy in the world to try to deport me. What happened? Nothing. You already banned me everywhere. You already tried to take my money. How many more people are you going to send to try to discredit me? How many more times are you going to slander me, put lies about me? Osmongold, this guy's a fucking retard, and fuck Osmongold too. An idiot sitting in his attic. Oh, what? We should go keep on bombing Iran. Guy's a decrepit-looking weirdo who worships his skin color, who said he's going to do a Christian crusade. He's not even a Christian, he's an atheist. Guy's a fucking idiot. Fuck all these people. Think I'm afraid of you? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Do it! You know I'm saying the truth. All of you right now, this is going to get clipped. Everybody in the chat knows that I'm right, and all of you listening to this know that I'm right too. Fuck all of you. Try and do something. Keep on slandering me. Keep on lying about me. Try to attack me in public. Try to kill me. You think I'm fucking scared of you? Do your fucking best. The world is going mad. The world has gone sick, and we allow it because people want opportunities and clout. Looks maxing is fucking retarded. You people are infertile now. The little Mexican midget, this guy is clearly siding with the Jewish supremacists and worships Jews. He doesn't even care about this. Either he's, a Fed or... All these people are clearly lying and you look away because you're afraid of them. What? Because they're going to attack you on Twitter? Do it! Do it! I know you're going to continue doing it. How much money have these little faggots given me in the TTS today? Probably made $3,000 fucking dollars from you skin worshippers.
Hey, Sniggles the Clown, I heard you like deviled eggs. Here is some deviled egg money.
What? Dude, bro. They've already done everything they possibly could. Andrew Tate tried to end my career too. What happened to him? Oh, he's the tough guy, the alpha male, the big masculine dude. Yeah, the escape the matrix guy. What the fuck did he do to me? What? What? Alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar. Till the day I die, inshallah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah. There's only one worthy of worship of God, and Muhammad is a slave and messenger. This is the truth. This is the one truth. Every other ideology is compromised. Red pill is satanic. Looks maxing is satanic. Skin worship is satanic. All of this is falsehood. And they will all side on this because they will defend falsehood more than they will defend somebody who's saying what's real and what's promoting conservative values. All of these people are on the side of falsehood. That's all why the red pill turned on me. And I made half of their fucking careers. I put on Pablo and made his career. That little dick sucker walking around shirtless with a steak on his sink, I made his career too. Zerka the numerologist pushing Kabbalah and magic, I made his career. Andrew Tate, I defended him because I thought what he was saying was right when nobody else did. When he was in jail, that little Mexican midget, lock him up, put him in jail. When he was saying what was true at the time, I was the one promoting him. I was the one who got backlash for it. Do it. I would have allowed him a shaitan regime.
I'm genuinely curious.
Do you have any more questions besides that Miami night that was 7 months ago?
I do.
Do you have any more?
I do.
Why don't you go? Let's get some new content.
I'm gonna get some new content. I can give.
All right, but could we just call it on
I'm gonna pray Maghrib. I'll be right back.
that segment and that line of questioning?
I'd like to ask
because
one-
I really think, and people have said this to me quite a bit, is that we could actually get along well, and I think we would.
I don't disagree.
Friends if we get down to it.
I don't disagree. Listen, last time I interviewed you, my daughter, who's nearly 15, at a French school in London, came out and said all the kids in the school were talking about our interview. Now that's a French school in London talking about me interviewing a young 20-year-old guy, as you were at the time in America. I found that an extraordinary cultural phenomenon. Right, so let's
move on to the good questions.
Yeah, we will. I've got plenty of good questions for you. My final question on that point, and you can choose not to answer. No, well, hang on.
Okay, no answer. Don't read it. You're just trying to go for
I'm not reading it. I'm not reading it. It's just something that came to mind when you. Can I ask you one more thing about it without you losing your shit? You don't want to ask one. You don't even know what it is.
No, I'm just going to interrupt you. I'm not going to answer it in good faith, and I'm just going to interrupt you because I've said all I need to say.
Okay. The other incident that was reported apparently happening in Israel was that you were supposedly kicked out of a club for this furore. We got a clip of it. Just give me a response to this and tell us what actually happened.
No, not true. Yeah, I had a bit of an issue in that club, and the security was being quite disrespectful to me. And there's a lot of different rules about having your own foreign security. Apparently, there's stuff about licenses. So they were just talking about how we were unlicensed, and there was a huge miscommunication between the manager there, not actually the owner, and myself. So that's all it really was. It had nothing to do with that. I saw people claiming that as I was getting kicked out of the bar, and that's just quite ridiculous. So that was complete propaganda.
So it had nothing to do with that whole thing in Miami.
No, and I was offered the entire night of comp, free drinks, really everywhere I went in Israel, and the same was true there.
As your popularity has grown, Clavicular, and like I said earlier, I see you as a very different character to someone like Andrew Tate, who my issue with him from the start has always been his brazen misogyny. Because I don't want young men to think that it's cool to be a misogynist or to be repellent about women. And I'm sure you would agree, right?
Yeah, I'm not a misogynist myself. I love women. I love having them around. So I'm hanging out right after this with a couple of girls we got over there. So it should be a good time, good vibes.
The question I was going to ask you was, in terms of your rising influence, how seriously do you take that? Are you beginning to, think more carefully about stuff you say publicly because you're aware that millions of young people will be watching, listening, taking it in?
Correct. Yes, no, of course. And I'm very responsible about how I use my platform. And I think I reflected that quite well in the tweet that I made the other day, that I find it kind of ridiculous how one of the Israeli reporters was trying so passionately to get me to choose a political stance about the foreign conflict. And I said, look, I'm not an expert. I'm making it very well known that I'm quite ignorant on this issue. So other people, like yourself, like other reporters, should be talking about this kind of stuff, not me.
Yeah, but I guess, again, I don't think you're a smart guy. You would know that by going to Israel, it would attract a lot of attention. And I guess the argument that's critical about what you did is that whether you intended it or not, you've been used as a bit of a propaganda tool by the Israeli government, right, who obviously recognize how influential you are, and that you saying great things about Israel and everything without going into any of the negative stuff about war is good for them. So do you understand why people think that may be an issue?
Yeah, no, I can totally see that. And the criticism makes sense, right? Because we didn't go to any of the controversial places like Gaza. But once again, I think that should be the responsibility of reporters, not the responsibility of a 20-year-old live streamer, quite honestly.
There's I just got it here. Hang on a second. There's a Polymarket thing I wanted to read you because it was quite interesting. Speculating. Yeah, they're speculating on your next move and where you may go next. According to Polymarket, there's a 41% chance you might visit Russia in 2026. Yeah. Is that true?
Yeah, I wanna visit Russia. I think that's another controversial place. And I'm views maxing at the end of the day. So I'm using politics and what people say about these different countries as a way to engagement for them. But really, you could attribute all these trips to just exploring different nightlife and doing a bit of tourism.
Right. So I would say, okay, but you're going to go to Russia as you've been to Israel. Well, why not go to Ukraine and go to Gaza?
Well, probably because they're losing. So
because they're losing.
I feel like
that's your criteria?
Well, I mean, quite honestly, it might be a little bit more volatile there if I had to guess.
Right. And I don't think Ukraine are losing, for example.
Well, I wouldn't know once again, but I know there's the whole situation with the war, but it's going to be a lot safer, in my opinion, in the capital city of Russia than the capital city of Ukraine. Is that not accurate? I mean, I don't know. I'm asking you.
Well, it probably would be, but I think the argument again against a visit to Russia would be, the Russian government, Vladimir Putin, I'm sure would love to have you in Moscow, for example, saying lovely things about how great it all is. But if you keep going to these places which are at war without any attempt to involve that in your thinking, again, you're just going to be accused repeatedly of being a propagandist, a tool for these governments. Does that not concern you?
No, honestly, I'm fine with whatever people want to say. I'm fine with calling me a selfish prick, whatever. Really, this entire thing that I do, the reason that I get up and live stream every day is not for world peace, is not for some political campaign. It's for myself, right? So God forbid I want to go to Russia and explore Moscow and go out and have a good time there, then I'm really not going to apologize to anyone for it.
If Vladimir Putin invited you to go and see him when you were there, would you go?
I'll see him tomorrow.
Really?
Yep.
And you wouldn't see that as a political move?
Nope.
Really?
I would just be intentionally ignorant to all of the political implications.
But why? It begs the question.
Good goy. Good goy. Good. Good. That makes you a hoe, Clav. You a hoe.
question. Why?
Because it's too much controversy, too many questions, the media trying to be not so friendly to you. And that's really not what I want. I want people to ask me on interviews what they could do to looks max, right? And to rate them or something like silly and, a playful question like that.
Yeah, but the argument will be from your critics will be that what you're doing is war crime maxing.
I think what I'm doing is I'm getting global attention, and then I'm talking about a cause exclusively that I am someone who's an expert in, right? So when I talk about looks maxing,
He's ascending off of genocide. You're getting global attention. What a despicable scumbag. What a little sellout fraud. You little scumbag. You little disgusting prostitute. You're a little prostitute, Clav. You're a prostitute. You're getting used, you're getting passed around by the worst people in the world. You are a slave. You're a cheap prostitute.
and when I talk about all these different things that are amazing, how people shouldn't be drinking from an early age because it inhibits important growth pathways.
You literally take meth and talk about it all the time. But you think this is the good thing now because you tell people not to drink alcohol? Your entire stream is going to the club. Your entire content is twerking at the club.
I think that's a message that should be spread to the youth all around the world, right? And people say all these things, oh, clavicular, you talk about this, you talk about that. And it's like, I've talked about how I've personally done things in the past, but I've never advocated for them. I've never advocated for people to use recreational substances, for people to consume alcohol. I've actually done quite the opposite. And anything I've ever talked about in terms of...
Okay, so now you're the anti-alcohol guy. You bought a nightclub with Jewish Israeli mobsters. It's...
maxing. I've always said quite carefully to do under the supervision of a doctor. So we are going on a worldwide media tour.
Dude, he injected a girl's face on stream. He's not a doctor. We all saw that. Do you think that everyone's stupid? We all saw that clip where he put the needle in the girl's face to give her Botox live on stream.
And then talking about a very good thing, which is looks maxing.
If Donald Trump invited you to the White House, would you go?
I'll see him tomorrow.
So is there anyone you wouldn't see?
I don't want to say anyone because then you're going to say some dictator who throws people out of helicopters as a gotcha.
He follows Bibi Netanyahu on X.
But
he'd already said you see Vladimir Putin. I'm pretty sure he's done stuff like that.
Oh, well, once again, blissfully ignorant. But to a reasonable extent, yes, I would want to see anyone because anyone who I could, spread my message to, I think it is a good thing for men and women all around.
Your message is stupid and people shouldn't subscribe to it. It's literally contributing to the decline of humanity and you're evil. Okay? What did he injected his penis on stream with a shot to get hard? He's infertile. To spread your message of infertility? Wow. Really good for humanity. Wow, you're what a hero. Wow, he's the end dude, you can't have kids. You can't have kids. Keep your message to yourself. You're destroying everything around you.
The world. That's the reason why all these kids in the primary schools, like you said, are talking about me because it is good. It does.
Wow, they're talking about me because it's good. No, because they think you're a clown. They think you're weird. They think you're a Peter Thiel project. They think you're they think you're an they talk about you because they think you're a weird autistic kid that got addicted to online forums and that you would be a school shooter if you weren't good looking because of plastic surgery. That's what they think of you, bro. It's not that they think you're a genius, you're smart, you have new information. They think you're a weird guy because you're taking steroids since you're a teenager. They think you're a freak, bro, because you're taking retatrutide and low inhib on stream, and you're twacked out on ketamine, walking through Brickell, and then you come to my apartment with Sush, also high on ketamine. They think you're a weirdo. Wow, they're talking about me. It's good. No, it's not. Not all good attention is good. Just because people talk about you is not a metric of success. You're a freak show to the majority of society. Let me be the one to tell you because everyone else is afraid. You are a freak show to these people, bro. And you're a freak show now, and you're getting, they're accelerating it fast, and you're getting on all these news programs, and they're putting you on Fox News, and they're parading you around because you're actively promoting the degeneration of society and helping out the Antichrist agenda. Clav, you're a little prostitute for the Antichrist agenda. No one else is going to tell you I will. Peter Thiel loves your negative ideology. It's destroying humanity. That's why you're getting paraded around everywhere. Because you're helping them out, bro. You think that they want the best for society? You think Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, and these billionaires going on islands and summits care about teenagers looks maxing so that they can get a girl and get laid? No, they want people to be addicted to the way that they look. They want people to be obsessed with their own self. This is of Satan. This is the opposite of Catholicism. You're a good little prostitute for billionaire tech elites, you stupid idiot. You're getting passed around and used by the worst people ever. Wake up. What's wrong with you, man? This is what you want to promote to the world? This is what you want your legacy to be? This is how you want to be judged? I'm Clavicular, the guy that helped out the Antichrist. I'm Clavicular, the guy that made all these white kids infertile because they're taking testosterone to Mog. I'm Clavicular, the guy that made people obsessed and, ooh, look at me, I'm cuter than that other guy. Great. Great legacy.
Help people, you know, feel more confident to look better.
But you accept that when you go to these countries, you're not really interested in revealing the full story that
You should have done more research interacting with this guy. I knew, bro. Look, I try to steer people in the right direction. I do. I never promoted any of this testosterone, any of this retatrutide. When they're around me, they start to become a little bit better. Look at Aiden Ross. Is what he's promoting good with gambling? No. Am I one of the only people calling out gambling and how evil it is? Yes. Why do other people not call out gambling? Because they want clout, because they want money. And when Aiden's around me, what does he say? Sneako is influencing me to be better and go to the gym and not do gambling. Good. That's what I'm trying to do. And I have that effect on people. And as soon as they separate, as soon as they go away, look what they do. All right? I'm trying my absolute best.
Yours is a more superficial one, right? It's
Well,
about.
why can't multiple things be true at once?
No, they can. Of course, they can. But if it's
There you
not,
go.
but if you're not giving any of the negative, are you providing a responsibly?
You knew all
balanced
this evil, but you
insight into
always
these
collab
places?
with them for clout. You are just as evil. Stop.
If I can influence them and push their negative, if I can push their platform in the right direction, I will do it. I just described it. Tried to do it with Neon as well. I go up to Neon. He's promoting gambling. He's doing this. I try to encourage him. Everybody I'm around, I know, bro, they are famous. These are famous people. If I can use their platform and get my message out there, of course, bro. Do I see some good in these people? Yes, I do. I see the good in them. I'm trying to get that out there and try to get rid of their negativity, man.
Or are you just saying, "Hey, nothing to see here"?
share-
Again, look, if people are saying I'm doing it for clout, then why am I saying it? Why am I spelling it out now? What do I have more clout to gain from? Crashing out on these people, saying the truth about it? Or is there more clout to gain from being like, well, I hope these, and being like, it gets to a point where you got to draw the line. These people have hit the line. All right? That's my line. Should the line be a different place for a lot of people? Yeah, it seems like it. This is what I'm doing.
The negative. I shared the negative, how a lot of the times I didn't have Wi-Fi in Tel Aviv, you know, and things like that.
One of the consequences of the trip was that the IDF said last week it had removed a soldier called Shira Braun from her position in its international communications division and imposed a suspended jail sentence because she appeared in an online broadcast with you. What did you feel about that?
I think that's a little bit ridiculous. That's just people on the internet making a lot of noise, and they shouldn't have did that to one of their own who really did nothing wrong.
So the IDF shouldn't have done what they did.
Yeah.
I've heard that, or it's been reported that the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wanted to get you involved in various product lines and stuff. Is that true?
Product lines?
Well, stuff that you could sell, which would be promoting Israel and so on.
No.
Have you had any conversation with the Israeli government?
No, there was so much well, yeah, I had a conversation with the Israeli government, but really it was nothing about product lines, and that was the same amount of propaganda that you saw with like all these fake pictures of me with who is the guy Ben
Gvir.
something?
Ben Gvir, yeah.
I have no idea what that even is, quite honestly.
He's the
You're full of it. Full of it. He's lying and he knows it. You don't know Ben Gvir. You didn't see the caption of the Ben Gvir. I don't even know. You know Ben Gvir is? He's part of the Jewish Power Party. You know Ben Gvir is? He issued a death penalty specific to Palestinian prisoners, but not to IDF soldiers. You know Ben Gvir is? He's the one publicly bragging about torturing people. Torturing people. He's one of the most evil people of all time. I don't even know. What a little... Oof.
he's
Ben
Gvir.
something.
Ben Gvir, yeah.
I have no idea what that even is, quite honestly.
He's a national security minister.
Right. So like that's the thing. A lot of the tour people were making all these AI posts, making all these outrageous claims. And a lot of it was it turned out to be a hoax.
You're a backstabber? Dude, what? yeah, this is what they're going to say. Ready? Here's what you're going to do. Oh, Sneako's snaking his friends. Fuck these people if they're running propaganda for Israel and they're openly saying that I'm blissfully ignorant. I don't even care. I just go where the money is. Fuck them. Okay? When they go to that route, you think I'm going to go out and be, yeah, he's my best friend. I love when he gets people to snipe kids in the head. No, you must be out your mind. Oh, Sneako burns bridges. These people sell their souls, bro. They sell their souls. All right? And I'm calling it out. And other people are afraid.
As you've probably seen. But once again, when this kind of stuff happens, it just makes me go viral.
And is that ultimately what you most want?
To go viral?
Yeah.
Of course.
Above all else?
I mean, not above all else, but it's certainly nice.
The American...
Here, do you know what go viral? Do you know what more people to watch your show?
Of course.
So that your Polymarket deal gets juiced?
Of course.
How much do you get paid from Polymarket, by the way? Because I want to get a deal with them.
A good sum of money, yeah. It's a mutually beneficial relationship, yeah. They're one of our sponsors. I like working with them. I actually find that journalistically, I find all their prediction odds and stuff very interesting because it gives us an insight into what the markets are saying and where the money's going, what people are thinking, what they're predicting and so on. So I have no problem with that in terms of any impact on the journalism.
Shout about me?
Sorry?
Can you give them a shout about me? See if I can get.
I'm surprised they haven't already been in touch.
Well, I mean, I met the guys once at the club, but it was a bit of a controversial thing.
How much are you worth at the moment?
I don't really like to get into that. I don't think it's anyone's business what's in your pocket. That's something that my parents have always taught me, is to keep your cards close with how much money you have.
100 million?
Once again, that's just something that I've been taught not to.
Should Polymarket take the upper or lower on that figure?
I'm not going to implicate myself in insider trading.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, finally, is an American politician. And she talked about looks-maxing. I mean, looks-maxing, it is just on that. It is insane that your language is now talked about around the world. Do you ever stop and think, how has this happened?
Not really, because it makes so much sense, right? Because a lot of the advice in the mainstream was completely coped. Like these pickup artist courses and all that failed to acknowledge a really important element and a really key piece of nuance that
you need to take steroids and become infertile so that you can mog in Paris. They ignore the fact that you need to take Retta, get a nose job, and inject your penis with steroids so that you can get hard. That's what they're ignoring. And I'm telling the truth. Yeah, these pickup artists in the red pill, they fail to acknowledge that you need to take steroids, take peptides, you need to take low inhib, meth, and all these drugs because this is how women operate. No, this is how like the worst women operate. That's what they value. You know what good women value? A man with principle. A man who can speak. A leader. Masculinity is not based off of your stupid nose job. You look like a hoe. You look like a hoe. No one else is going to tell you. They're afraid to. You know, Dean and AB actually did tell him. Good women see a guy like you, obsessed with your own looks, doing makeup with IDF soldiers. Clavicular is putting eyeliner on an Israeli. A real woman sees you and thinks you're a fucking faggot.
Snake. Let him spread his message of self.
You were promoting that 6 months ago? Look, I said a million times, pull up one clip where I said take retatrutide. Pull up one clip where I said take testosterone. Pull up one clip where I said get a nose job, get plastic surgery. God made you a certain way. A man being obsessed with his look is what a bitch does. Don't be a bitch. If you only have your looks to offer, it's because there's nothing in here. You see how they're trying to replace substance from here? What makes you human and make you an external little Peter Thiel puppet? Turn you into a mannequin? All you have are physical attributes. If you can only attract a woman with your looks, it's because you have nothing in here, because you're nothing and you know it. Nothing of substance, nothing of value. You're literally just a, what do you call it? A Mr. Potato Head that gets passed around by Jews. You're a little puppet prostitute.
Looks do matter, right? And result from person A, who's extremely good looking, versus person B, when saying the exact same thing to a girl, are going to drastically differ. So it is very obvious to me that this has been the phenomenon that it has.
Oh my God, you said his nose job looks good? Yeah, it looks fine. It doesn't look bad. Did I say get a nose job? No, dipshit. I didn't say that. Did I say that I promote that? No. People were making fun of it and I wanted to make him feel better. Also, it's just, it's a nose, bruv.
it's just because it makes sense, right? So AOC talking about looks maxing, phenomenal.
Link me
I
the
think she's very
Mamdani
good
video.
looking. To be
Link me the
completely
Myron
honest with
clip.
you, and I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with her.
What she said to me, it's less about himself
React to this. Link
as
it
a
then.
person. It's more about what leads young men to go down these types of rabbit holes. At the end of the day, there's always going to be something. We really need role models of people who love themselves. And you reply, why do people act like you automatically reject the importance of
The
charisma?
goats. The goats. The goat. Benjamin Netanyahu's a war criminal. Oh my! This is he's the goat.
Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal, the architect of a horrific genocide against the Palestinian people. He is responsible for the killing of more than 73,000 people, for the maiming of tens of thousands of children as those who survive undergo amputation without anesthesia, for the targeting of neonatal hospitals and maternity care centers. Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal, the architect of a horrific genocide against the Palestinian people. He is responsible for the killing of more than 73,000 people, for the maiming of tens of thousands of children as those who survive undergo amputation without anesthesia, for the targeting of neonatal hospitals and maternity care centers, denying newborns even the chance to live, for the countless people he starved as he blocked food and humanitarian aid from reaching them, for the gunning down of hundreds of aid workers and journalists. And just last month, the UN confirmed that Palestinian children continue to be deliberately targeted and killed by Israeli armed forces, more than 8 months after the so-called ceasefire. The list goes on and on, all as we, as Americans, pay for the bombs that do the killing. There is a reason the International Criminal Court issued a warrant for his arrest. As human beings, we have spent generations building a shared understanding that there are crimes so grave they offend all of humanity. Anyone, with their eyes, with their heart, with their conscience, should recognize the devastation he has wrought and understand that he belongs before a court of law. As I've said, I agree with the ICC that Benjamin Netanyahu should be arrested and tried for his crimes, as I do for anyone else charged by the ICC.
Maybe Benjamin Netanyahu and Andrew Tate can share a cell. I'm Donnie. W's in the chat.
My administration has reviewed every avenue available under applicable law to determine whether New York City could execute the International Criminal Court's arrest warrant if Benjamin Netanyahu came here. It is clear that we do not have the independent legal authority to enforce this warrant. The federal government, however, does, and I call on them to join the ICC and execute this warrant.
They won't.
And I want to be equally clear.
No, they won't.
Benjamin Netanyahu is not welcome in New York City.
Get him out of here! Get out of my city! Benjamin Netanyahu, this is the Islamic Republic of New Yorkistan. You are not welcome here. It's 110 countries. Get out. Deport Bibi. Send him out of here. Anwar Ibrahim don't want you. Mamdani don't want you. Expelled out of 109 and make it 110. Get the fuck out of New York City.
Nor is any other war criminal at large. While we cannot end the genocide on our own, we can decide whether our silence will become another weapon, and we can examine every tool we have to defend the humanity and dignity of all people. That is my commitment to you.
W. Mamdani, bro. W. Mamdani.
A personality when becoming a looks maxer. It's always been about being as well-rounded as possible and maxing every stat. So, I mean, just on that point, when you look at someone like me, for example, on the looks maxer stat breakdown of charisma, personality, looks, how are you viewing me?
I think you're extremely charismatic. I don't think you would have the career that you have without, your journalistic skills and, how you could communicate and all these different things. I think another big part of it, and this is something that I mentioned on Hannity, I noticed that a lot of the mainstream TV show hosts have hair as well. So I don't know quite how old you are.
61.
61 years old.
You're pretty good
Most
for
people
61.
are completely bald or Norwood 6 or higher before then, and that's not the case for you.
So I'm doing well on the looks maxing as well in the looks department.
I would say.
Thank you. That's actually a badge of honor coming from you, Clavicular.
No worries, Piers. And I'd be happy to have a conversation with you on how you could ascend further, because I think it would be quite beneficial to your career.
What would be your key piece of advice for me then to ascend my career in the looks maxing department?
Well, we could go over a really beneficial anti-aging protocol. A lot of it would extend to avoiding harmful UV rays, for example. That really diminishes your collagen and elastin, and then gravity takes its course once that elastin has diminished, and you start.
Shut up. Max Blumenthal? What do you say?
Welcome back to Uncensored.
Good to see you, Piers.
First question, why did you go to Iran? And in particular, why would you want to be known to have attended the Ayatollah's funeral?
Well, I went to Iran on a press visa, just like every other journalist who was there. All the mainstream members of the press entered the same way I did. I applied through the Iranian e-visa system, picked up my press visa at the interest section, and went in and covered the largest funeral, not just the largest funeral, I think it was the largest gathering in human history. And I gained insights I would have never gotten about the state of the Islamic Republic and its constituents and what they wanted as, we were on the brink of returning to a U.S.-Israeli imposed war on Iran. While I was there, I was able to interview officials. I interviewed the mayor of Tehran, Ali Reza Zakani, who presided over the 10 million strong funeral procession for Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. I interviewed academics. I interviewed negotiators. I participated in a press conference with all these other members of the Foreign Press Corps from CNN, ITV, Guardian, NBC. And I was just doing journalism around the country. And most importantly, I was able to report on the first phase of the war and the war crimes committed by my government. I think I was the first American reporter to visit a neighborhood in eastern Tehran where 40 people were massacred when the U.S. dropped 8 bombs on an entire neighborhood. I went inside the ruins of a home where an entire family had been slaughtered except for 2 members who had been out of town. I visited the Rafinia synagogue, a Jewish congregation in Iran which had been destroyed by Israeli bombing. Yes, Israel attacked a synagogue with 2 missiles. And the last time I went to Iran last year, I produced a documentary about the Jewish community in Iran. So this was of enormous interest to me. I went to the Gandhi
Rabbi
Hospital,
Shmuley is a Jew from Isfahan,
which had its
Iran.
ICU unit and IVF clinic destroyed in a U.S. bombing after the U.S. bombed the IRIB media complex across the street, targeting journalists. And I visited the Azadi Stadium,
I'm 20 found Clav through you, and you guys made me do tester on it, what to do now advice.
Which was bombed deliberately by the United States to ruins as, in kind of a preview.
Clav like this? What's this? Life once you rape Sneako. Do it. What, you want to scrap? Do it. You want try. Does he want to fight? Or are you just going to talk online? Dude's on testosterone. Could you even scrap? That's all they're going to do, bro. That's all they're going to do.
Of the DHS trying to rig the FIFA competition against Iran's national team by denying them entry. Right. So I gained all this journalistic insight.
Right, but my question for you would be what I think a lot of your critics say, which is, okay, but how much attention and reporting have you done on, for example, the many thousands of civilians that the regime in Iran brutally murdered in January, for example? Have you been to the side of that? Have you been to investigate that?
I did, and I'll get into that. I will directly address that, but let me just wrap up this point that I was making. While I was there, I was targeted by allies of the administration who were representing a foreign apartheid state called Israel. The Canary Mission, for example, which is based out of a foundation in Jerusalem called Megamat Shalom. It is not an American group. Targeted me, painting me as some kind of extremist who had gone to this funeral to honor Khamenei when I went to report on it from my unique point of view. Laura Loomer not only called for me to be arrested and hauled off my flight and dared DHS Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen, who has also been subject to Israeli influence, to do that. She called for me to be murdered along with every other journalist who was on the scene. She called for the United States military to massacre all funeral attendees, which would include me and all the journalists.
Well, she's a complete lunatic. She's a complete lunatic. No. She's a complete lunatic. But I.
Well, let me respond to that. She may have been committed to a mental institution. That may be true, but she's also very influential in the Trump administration, and she is responsible. And this is a confirmed fact, Piers. She is responsible for the firing of the top Iran expert in the Trump administration, Nate Swanson, at the NSC, who warned Trump that if the U.S. attacked Iran, Iran would close the Strait of Hormuz. So she's taking responsibility.
I have been very, very critical of this war from the start. I didn't see the point of it. I didn't say it could be anything but a fiasco. I think it's been a fiasco. I think it's an ongoing fiasco. But in relation to the question I asked you, though, to establish credentials of journalistic impartiality, did you go to the scene of where the Iranian regime massacred its own people.
Well,
Have you?
First of all, I'm not impartial. I'm absolutely not impartial.
Right.
I'm not objective. And the concept of objectivity, as we understand it, is set out by the corporate media according to the parameters devised for them by their militant Zionist ruling class
Okay,
owners.
but did you go to the scene?
Literally
Did you go to
own
the scene of the
networks that you appear on and others appear on. So I'm not impartial.
Understand.
But to your direct question, and I really want to have a conversation about how this reflects on journalism and the Constitution. But to your direct question, you previously hosted me in January, and basically I was sandbagged. I was sandwiched between, a actual war criminal, Jonathan Conricus from the Israeli military, and 3 Iranian monarchists. And I debated this very question. And I acknowledged that at least 3,000 people were killed in 2 days of protests, which the Israeli Mossad and U.S. intelligence have expressly taken credit for.
Yep.
Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, explicitly took credit for fawning these riots by devaluing Iran's currency. The Iranian government has released the IDs and names of everyone who was killed there. 3,000 people is a lot of people, but they were not all just innocent protesters, and many of them were police officers. This all began with attacks on police stations, and I was actually, while I was there, and I'm about to produce a report on this, able to interview some off-duty cops. I wasn't set up to meet them. I started a conversation with them, and they told me how their police stations came under attack, how police officers were burned and killed. Some were beheaded by the People's MEK, which is a CIA-backed militant organization. There were also Kurdish militant groups like Khomaleh and PJAK, which were involved. These were militarized riots. They weren't innocent protests, and it was a bridge between the 12-day war from last year to the current war, which you say you opposed. But, I watched you manufacture consent for that war by allowing people to lie about the number who were killed, claiming 40,000, 50,000.
Well, I don't think you know how many. I don't think you know any better than they do how many were killed. But
I do know, and Iran International.
Well, you don't. You know what the Iranian regime told you.
No, Iran International, which is basically run by Israel and used to be run by the Saudis, has acknowledged that less than 5,000.
I've seen multiple reports.
Again, it's a lot.
Listen,
but
I don't know the exact number, nor do you, nor do I don't think anybody else does. And hopefully one day we will find out.
Okay, Piers. What would the UK do if Russian intelligence and Chinese intelligence were arming rioters to attack police stations?
You know what we wouldn't do?
I do think churches. Well, look, what do you think would happen in the UK?
Well, what we were going to do is, we were going to have you debate with somebody. Will Chamberlain wanted to do it. You didn't want to debate with him. He sent this message.
I don't even know who that is. Is that
okay?
Well, is that like the basketball
he's a regular
player?
guest on my show, and he's somebody who.
And then you wanted me to debate like a pansexual former Disney actor.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm just going to
I deserve some respect.
It's okay. You're not debating with me. But Will Chamberlain sent this message. Max Blumenthal is a traitorous scumbag and an apologist for the most evil regimes in the world. He shouldn't be surprised if custom officials have some questions for him after he returns from doing a PR tour for a country we're conducting major military operations against. What would you have said if he'd said that to your face on here?
Well, in a liberal democracy, you have to go before a judge and demonstrate suspicion of criminal activity to get a warrant. What happened with me was a warrantless, illegal, unconstitutional seizure of my devices after foreign lobbyists, proxies for a genocidal foreign state, pushed the Trump administration, which is basically merged with that state, and I can discuss that in detail, to arrest me and harass me and seize my devices. There was no suspicion of criminal activity. If there was, all of my devices would have been seized. Not just.
What is this emote of Cash Patel here? What the?
My phones. This is the violation of the First Amendment and the Fourth Amendment. And let me make just one point about the UK, your country, versus the United States, because my friend Dan Kowalik, who's a human rights lawyer, just had his devices seized coming into the UK. Sarah Wilkinson is a Palestine solidarity activist who's going to trial in the UK for Twitter posts. Richard Medhurst is a British journalist who's been prosecuted by the UK. My friend, the journalist Asa Winstanley, had his home raided for suspicion of terrorism purely for his journalism. Hassan Piker and Cenk Uygur, who are basically voices of the progressive wing of the Democratic Party, banned from the UK.
Well, I'm sure you're aware.
Oh, wait, bro, what the? Whoa, bro. What is? Look at that. Ew, bro.
One thing that separates us from the UK is the Constitution.
Listen,
and the Constitution
I vociferously went into bat for Cenk Uygur of those names because he's been a regular on my show, and I thought it was preposterous what happened to him. So, final question, because we run out of time.
So we cannot allow ourselves to become the UK and the US.
Final question.
And that's why. Yeah,
Max, final question. Just give me one bad thing about the Iranian regime.
I will, but let me just say that we have filed a lawsuit.
Just one bad thing.
We have filed a lawsuit against the Department of Homeland Security. Janine Yunus is leading this lawsuit for the Arab American Anti-Discrimination
Committee. Just to answer my question.
And after that lawsuit was filed, my phones were returned, and we're continuing the lawsuit. And what bad thing should I say
how that plays
about Iran? I mean,
we'll see how it plays out. In answer to my question, give me one bad thing about the Iranian regime.
More diverse foods.
Just one bad thing.
I'm not a big kebab guy, but the kebab is great. Iranians are having a robust debate, and it's up to us to leave them alone, to have that debate, to reform within. Iran is not our
I get
enemy.
it, but just finally,
Iran is not forcing the United States or compelling the United States to go to war. Israel is.
Max, just one more time. Give me one bad thing about the Iranian regime.
I just did.
What was it?
I mean, what kind of game is this? That one bad thing about Iran? Again,
what a stupid question.
Not our enemy.
One bad thing about
That's not even a question. Say this. That's not even. What type of journalism is this? And he went from "do you condemn" to just say something bad. Like what?
Piers, I'm not Shia. Okay, I'm not a religious
Can you
conservative.
think of any bad thing about the regime in Iran?
I'm not going to play these Orientalist games.
It's okay.
Where
It's
I
a
have
very
to say
straightforward
what a
question.
bad thing
That's
is.
not a question.
You know, I prefer.
Piers, that was really retarded. You didn't ask a question. You said say this.
I'm a product of a liberal democracy like you are, and I'm not to judge them. And we are currently slaughtering their children. And you're asking me to say one bad thing. This really highlights.
Can you not think of a single
highlights
bad
the
thing about
odious
the Iranian
attitude of
regime?
the US media, where I'm supposed to say one bad thing.
Can you think of one?
About them?
One? Only want one.
Don't fold.
Oh, are you going to get one?
Do I get one?
Can you think about one bad thing about phone hacking? Because you were aware of
it's
phone
completely
hacking.
wrong.
What? I mean, you were found culpable for knowledge of hacking into phones. Do you want to talk
never
about
hacked
that,
into
or
a
do you
phone
want,
or
or do
told
you want
anyone
to
to
play
hack into a
silly
phone?
Orientalist games?
Everybody knows
I mean,
that.
I already lost brain cells sitting through your interview with Clavicular. So why do I have to play these silly games?
I've
I want
only
to talk about
asked you to
journalism.
name one bad thing about the Iranian regime. I've given you multiple opportunities to say one. You couldn't say one. I think viewers
Would you even call the
viewers can make their own minds
regime?
up.
I mean,
Max
this is it.
Blumenthal,
You wouldn't even
I've got to
call
leave it
the
there.
UK
I
a
gave you
regime.
multiple chances. You couldn't
Would
think
you
of a
call the
single
UK a regime?
bad thing
You
to
live under a
say
regime.
about the
You're part of a
Iranian
regime.
regime.
You
So we're
enforce
going to leave it
journalism.
there. Max
Would you call
Blumenthal,
the
You got
UK a
cooked.
regime?
Hey, Max Blumenthal, great stuff, man. W. Max cooked him. Chet, did I go too hard on Clav? Yes or no? My cortisol is now unspiked. Did I go too far? No. Do a poll, Sharps.
Piers Morgan Uncensored is proudly independent. The only boss around here is me. If you enjoy our show, we ask only one simple thing. Hit subscribe on YouTube and follow.
Why
Sneako, I actually love you. I'm just mentally ill and Mossad has stuff against me.
I know.
Piers
I
Morgan
know,
Uncensored. If you
Jigsaw.
enjoy our show, we ask only one simple thing.
Hey! They put me in the outro.
Hit subscribe on YouTube and follow Piers Morgan Uncensored on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And in return, we will continue our mission to inform, irritate, and entertain. And we'll do it all for free. Independent, uncensored media has never been more critical, and we couldn't do it without you.